Looking at Meghan Markle, it's hard not to wonder, is this woman shameless, bold, even manipulative? Every public appearance seems to show a woman completely untouchable, while Prince Harry looks stiff, mortified, and almost trapped in every clip. Today, we're diving deep into Meghan Markle's behavior, her lies, and the way she carefully crafts her image. This is more than gossip. This is a story of strategy, influence, and manipulation, and we're breaking it down step by step. By the end, you'll see why people can't stop talking about her and why she leaves chaos in her wake. Watching Meghan Markle in public is a lesson in contrast. On one hand, you have her moving confidently, perfectly poised, seemingly unconcerned with how others perceive her. On the other hand, Harry appears tense, awkward, and uncomfortable, his body language screaming embarrassment. Whether in interviews, public events, or viral clips, Meghan projects control, dominance, and confidence. The shocking part is how blatant it is. She appears entirely aware of her power to shape perception and yet does nothing to soften it. Meanwhile, Harry looks like a man trapped by circumstance, almost a puppet in her narrative. This is not just about personal dynamics, it's about the story she wants the public to see. Her lack of shame or hesitation makes her seem untouchable, reinforcing a carefully calculated public persona. The contrast between the two is so stark, it's hard not to question her motives. Is this boldness authentic, or a conscious method to dominate every interaction, every camera, every audience? The clips make it clear. Harry is reactive, Meghan is proactive, and the world is watching. I've seen firsthand how controversial Meghan Markle is. Back in 2018, when I first started talking about her on YouTube, my videos were banned. It wasn't a single instance. Multiple uploads were blocked, preventing me from sharing even critical commentary. In 2019, the same thing happened. It was clear that discussing her was a high-stakes topic. Finally, in 2020, I managed to upload content about her without restrictions. Experiencing this directly made me realize just how powerful and polarizing she is. Even then, though, I could not have predicted the level of cringe-worthy audacity that defines her public persona today. From viral Instagram videos to controversial interviews, Meghan's actions consistently dominate headlines and public debate. Observing this over time, it's clear that her influence isn't accidental. It's strategic, deliberate, and designed to control both media narratives and audience perception. My experience as a content creator shows how far-reaching her impact can be, influencing not only the royal family, but also the global conversation about her behavior, reputation, and public image. One of Meghan's most defining traits is what I call the power of scam, a subtle, almost magnetic ability to manipulate perception in her favor. Even Harry seems to underestimate it at times. She elevates herself while lowering his public image, creating a power imbalance that is visible in every interaction. This isn't accidental, it's deliberate. Meghan carefully crafts every statement, gesture, and public appearance to reinforce the image she wants to project. Untouchable, confident, and central. Her skill lies in how seamlessly she blends charm, charisma, and storytelling into actions that seem natural. Harry, on the other hand, often comes across as reactive, uncertain, and overshadowed. This dynamic demonstrates a calculated approach to influence. Meghan understands how to position herself for maximum impact while shaping public perception of both herself and Harry. The result is a persona that commands attention, generates discussion, and positions her as a dominant force in her own narrative. Her power of scam isn't just clever, it's strategic, deeply ingrained, and consistently effective. Meghan's Instagram and social media presence reveal her obsession with narrative control. Her videos are meticulously staged, often edited multiple times before release to convey exactly the image she wants. Some clips, branded as the cringiest of 2026, highlight a mix of performative charm, rehearsed gestures, and overly polished smiles. Every video projects a story. I am untouchable, I am in control. Yet, the contrast is striking. In the same clips, Harry's visible discomfort and awkwardness stand out, creating an unintentional commentary on their dynamic. These videos aren't casual, they are carefully crafted performances meant to control perception. Social media becomes a tool for myth-making rather than authentic communication, allowing Meghan to maintain dominance, control narratives, and influence how the public perceives both herself and those around her. This pattern repeats across every platform, showing that narrative control is central to her strategy, even when it produces cringe-worthy moments that reveal underlying tension and calculated intent. In almost every public interaction, Harry appears as a secondary character to Meghan's performance. His body language, stiff, tense, and visibly uncomfortable, suggests he's trapped in a role dictated by her. The puppet prince image emerges repeatedly in viral clips and interviews, highlighting the imbalance in their dynamic. Meghan dominates both visual and narrative space, while Harry reacts, unsure of how to assert his own presence. This dynamic isn't just about public perception, it also reflects power and influence within their personal relationship. Meghan's control allows her to project authority, shaping the story around her while minimizing Harry's role. The effect is a public image where Meghan seems dominant, confident, and in control, while Harry appears constrained, secondary, and reactive. This visual and behavioral contrast reinforces her strategic manipulation of narrative and demonstrates a consistent pattern of influence and control over him, both publicly and privately. Every appearance Meghan makes, every statement she delivers, seems designed to project control. She positions herself as untouchable, independent, and superior while simultaneously framing Harry as a supportive, often reactive figure. This is narrative control at its most deliberate. She carefully constructs how she is seen, ensuring that the story centers on her actions, and her personality. By controlling the narrative, she dictates public perception, turning appearances into lessons in influence. Audiences, media, and institutions respond to the story she crafts, often without questioning the details. Meghan's public persona isn't spontaneous, it's meticulously curated. Her goal is always to dominate attention, ensuring that the narrative, whether through videos, interviews, or appearances, reinforces her image as exceptional and in command, leaving those around her, including Harry, in supporting roles. Meghan's lies are purposeful and varied. Some emerge from panic or confusion, but the most revealing are those rooted in entitlement and strategic calculation. These lies are delivered confidently, often with charm and sentiment, ensuring they are received without question. By framing lies in emotionally appealing ways, she ensures that audiences respond emotionally rather than critically. This emotional manipulation is central to her strategy, allowing her to maintain control of perception and narrative, whether exaggerating personal moments, overstating authority, or selectively sharing information. Her lies are never casual. They are tools carefully designed to shape how others perceive her and reinforce her position as the central figure in any story. The claim that she and Harry were secretly married 3 days before their official wedding exemplifies Meghan's strategic lying. Presented on global television, the statement framed a personal story as a public truth involving authority figures to enhance credibility. This wasn't a casual slip, it was a deliberate choice designed to manipulate perception, create intrigue, and shape narrative. The impact was immediate. The Archbishop had to respond publicly, institutions were pulled into managing the story, and the audience was left questioning reality. By presenting a fabricated narrative as truth, Meghan reinforced her control over storytelling, emphasizing personal myth over factual accuracy. This episode highlights her approach. Lies are carefully packaged, emotionally appealing, and designed to manipulate both perception and consequences. Meghan's lies often have real-world consequences for those around her. Authority figures, the royal family, and media outlets frequently have to address or clean up the aftermath of her statements. The secret wedding claim is a perfect example. The Archbishop and institutions had to intervene, clarifying reality and correcting misinformation. This demonstrates that Meghan's lies are strategic. They influence, manipulate, and sometimes pressure others into managing her narrative. These actions reveal a pattern of recklessness and self-interest, where the truth becomes secondary to image and those around her bear the responsibility of damage control. Her behavior illustrates how calculated narrative management can ripple through personal and public spaces, impacting reputations and creating tension for everyone involved. every lie Meghan tells serves a specific purpose: controlling hierarchy, asserting superiority, and creating an emotional trap for her audience. By attaching authority figures or institutions to her claims, she makes her stories difficult to challenge. Audiences are trained not to question her because doing so would mean questioning bishops, mental health professionals, or public institutions. Lies become tools to manipulate perception, generate sympathy, and reinforce her centrality. Rather than mistakes, these lies are strategic instruments, ensuring she maintains a dominant position in both public narrative and personal relationships. Her ability to consistently use lies in this way demonstrates her sophisticated understanding of influence and perception. Meghan is obsessed with being mythologized. She doesn't settle for ordinary recognition. She wants her story to center on her exceptionalism. Public appearances, interviews, and videos are all part of this effort. She portrays herself as the real heroine, the misunderstood figure, and the person whose private narrative surpasses public reality. This pattern repeats consistently, creating a persona that prioritizes legend over fact. By mythologizing herself, she ensures that every story, statement, and action reinforces the idea that she is central, remarkable, and untouchable. Her personal narrative becomes a carefully curated legend, designed to maintain control, influence perception, and shape her image as extraordinary. Meghan manipulates public perception and institutions to fit her narrative. Whether the royal family celebrates or limits her, she exploits the situation to maintain attention and control. Media outlets often amplify her claims without verification, and institutions are left managing fallout. This manipulation demonstrates how carefully she positions herself, creating a story where she appears untouchable and authoritative. By controlling perception, leaving others to clean up, and prioritizing image over reality, she solidifies a pattern of influence that allows her to dominate narrative spaces, maintain attention, and ensure her persona remains central to public discussion. Ultimately, Meghan's behavior is harmful and reckless. Her lies and manipulative strategies create challenges for those around her. From Harry to the royal family, media, and public figures, she consistently prioritizes image over reality, forcing others to manage fallout while she maintains control of the narrative. This pattern demonstrates strategic manipulation, deliberate public persona crafting, and a willingness to leverage lies for personal gain. Meghan's story isn't simply one of celebrity, it's a case study in influence, perception, and the consequences of unchecked ambition. Her ability to dominate attention, shape narratives, and leave others cleaning up after her shows just how calculated and consequential her public persona truly is. What do you think? Is Meghan Markle just a savvy storyteller, or is her behavior truly harmful to those around her? Comment below, like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the personalities shaping our world.